For decades, the San Joaquin Valley has topped list after list for having the most unhealthy air quality in the nation. Surrounded by mountain ranges, smog and airborne particles spewed by highway traffic, diesel trucks, and farm equipment linger in our communities, increasing every resident's risk of heart disease, lung cancer, and asthma. Children are especially vulnerable because they spend more active time outdoors and their lungs are still growing. Project Clean Air and its partners work with residents, nonprofits, local businesses, and public agencies to seek solutions to improving our air quality. Under Project Clean Air, the San Joaquin Valley Electric Vehicle Partnership advances the market for electric vehicles and charging infrastructure and also supports workforce development.
The San Joaquin Valley Electric Vehicle Partnership was started just under 4 years ago. And it has stakeholders throughout the Central Valley, including the San Joaquin Valley Air Pollution Control District, as well as Project Clean Air, Kern Community College District, Fresno State, and many other stakeholders who were looking to increase awareness and increase adoption of cleaner vehicles for the Valley to address our clean air issue.
So the Kern High School District is installing solar panels at each of their school sites for a number of reasons. One being a cost savings to the district and taxpayers. And then obviously another benefit of installing solar is for the environmental aspect of it. We're also installing electric vehicle chargers at various locations. And again, this is a perfect coupling of energy conservation as well as an instructional tool for students. Students are able to see both solar power and electric vehicle charging stations at their school site. It goes a long way to reinforce what the teachers are teaching in the classroom with clean energy and so forth.
The curriculum project is designed to take that awareness down into the schools and start getting students to think about alternatives to gasoline-powered vehicles as a career pathway. It's a great STEM curriculum. It reinforces science and technology and engineering and math because those are key to the development of electric vehicles and to their growing efficiency and utility as a replacement for internal combustion engine and reducing pollutants in the valley.
We had quite a conversation about tailpipe emissions and San Joaquin Valley air. Students are well aware that there's an issue with air quality. They're very anxious, enthusiastic to make those changes. So an electric car then plants that seed.
I guess electric vehicles are important because they don't put off as much pollution, I guess, as regular cars with fuel.
So in this particular project, one of the goals is to reuse, recycle and reuse things that are very inexpensive to get where we're headed. This particular project would use part of a paint stick, a battery holder, an inexpensive electric motor, and inexpensive parts so that students can actually see how the construction process goes together. We'd start with a paint stick. Using straws, we'd glue on supports for axles with those wheels. A gear set, and the gear set will allow us then to change gear ratios, and then an electric motor on top. Batteries with connectors and an on and off switch that would allow us to make that happen. One of the things for me that made it magic or made it happen was actually seeing the engineering take place. It's the hands-on. The project-based learning, PBL, we see this, it's a buzzword.
A lot of our work is hands-on experience, and we don't spend a lot of time thinking about the project. We go ahead and build it.
Having students be able to touch it, feel it, experiment with it, there's the magic. The theory, albeit is good, the math, we can do the math, we can teach the math, but when we see that math play out, when that engineering, those principles happen in real life, this is just a small example of that. Students love that, it gets them engaged.
We kind of got to experience it for ourselves and see how it works and how it'll run. And then we got to see like if we plug things in wrong, it wouldn't run as well.
It's a lot of fun to learn how well, if the gears don't mesh right, it's not going to go fast, or if you have dead batteries and it's not going to go fast. And just things like that. It's like the actual putting together of it.
Well, the racing, it allows us to see what we do wrong or what we do right. So we're able to modify and customize and fix our car to make it perform better.
Racing the car was important because we got to see all the different speeds and the problems that other people had, and it was just a little competition to see who won.
That competitive concept is something that cannot be overlooked. We're a type of people that we like to do things better. We like to do things safer. We like to approach things, and seeing what your competition does, it often spurs what you do next. It does. Thomas Edison said he's found thousands of ways to fail. We discovered today, as we're testing cars, ways that cars fail. When we do that, we get a chance to take a look at it, use a scientific process, the engineering design process to reverse engineer, recreate, fix, improve our design.
It helps me understand the design process and the problems that we have to face to do things like this. So I think that'll help me in my future because I'll have more problem-solving skills.
Well, I know in my future I want to be an engineer, but I'm not quite sure what kind of engineer yet. So this class is kind of like helping us out, like to just test out the different types of engineering.
I know that projects like this can be intimidating to teachers. I would like to encourage teachers not to be afraid, just to try.
Well, I'm really excited about this project. I think this is a critical project for addressing the clean air issues, or the need for cleaner air in the valley, and for having our students look at that issue as one of the challenges that they want to tackle in their careers down the road. And so I invite any teachers that would like more information about the electric vehicle curriculum to go to projectcleanair.us, and there'll be resources there to tell them how to access the curriculum and how to participate and train the trainer opportunities.